Barrister, River State, this corruption, River State Chief of Staff, so many things about the administrator has sacked Fubara's people. And okay, the matter is in court right now. I think the political parties have taken, or political PDP has taken, oh, sorry, is it PDP or PDP, right? Or the governors,
PDP governors.
PDP governors, rather, yeah. So they took him, and the matter, obviously, by the constitution, if they want to do the right thing, the administrator should be kicked out of that place, and they are supposed to restore back Fubara, a sort of. You have what happened? 5 billion. Anyway, it wasn't a shock to me. It's not. This is not supposed to be a topic we are talking about because we should be talking about anyway because it's a norm. It's a style. Everybody knows that money definitely whatever is going on in River State or whatever has gone on in what has happened in River State, money definitely changed hand behind the scene, behind closed doors. Man, 5 billion. According to the chief of staff, 5 billion naira was used to induce the impeachment of Fubara, which didn't succeed. Obviously, it didn't succeed. That's why, and they didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel in the impeachment issue. That is why I believe Tinubu decided to do this. He did it out of desperation. What do you think, Barrister?
Well, the issue is not that bribery issue is not immediately before the appointment of a sole administrator. It was when the chief of staff was the factional speaker. No, it is Edison Ehie, who was the factional speaker of the 4 or 5 member House of Assembly that were supporting Governor Fubara. It's him that was now made the chief of staff was now made the chief of staff of Fubara. So he is relating to when he was a factional speaker of the assembly in charge of 4 members. That is when they offered him the money. But like we keep saying, this is neither here nor there. If he did not collect 5 billion from Wike's camp, he will not tell you what he collected from Fubara's camp because he must collect. That's the truth. We are in support of Fubara in this case, but it is not because he's clean. It's because he is fighting a just cause. But that is not to say that he himself is clean. He himself has to use public funds in ways that are not acceptable in a decent society. Edison Ehie was a factional speaker who was expelled by the 27-member group in Wike. They suspended them from the house, and so they formed the faction, and he was the speaker. Along the way, Fubara appointed him as chief of staff.
Let me ask you this question. Should we really sympathize with Fubara? Does he deserve sympathy? Or is this just a case that we should even be rejoicing that this is a case of dog eat dog? Because the same Fubara was an accomplice with Wike in all the corruption in River State. He was an accomplice with Wike for giving out Tinubu River State during the election.
We have to sympathize with Fubara for the reason that, number one, when you say he was an accomplice, when he was there before he became governor, he was an accountant.
Yes.
He had no say in what the governor decided. Or if he did not like what he saw, all he needed to do was to resign. He had no say. So to say he was an accomplice, you are talking of 2 unequal relationships. The governor and his one of his civil servants. So it's an unequal relationship. In that circumstance, you sympathize with the unequal person. Secondly, he, on becoming governor, he had the choice to go along with Wike and do the bidding of Wike, do whatever Wike, and
Yeah,
there will be
okay.
no
Yeah.
noise.
You're making
There will be
sense.
no issue. There will be no noise. He will not be threatened. But he chose,
To do the right thing.
seeing what was happening and the disadvantage to the state and the people of River State, he chose to rebel. So to that extent, we can sympathize with him. The same thing happened in Anambra during Ngige. You know, Chris Uba sponsored
Yes.
Ngige. Even took him to a shrine
Shrine.
to make an oath naked and did the video. But when Ngige came to rule and saw the devastating effect, the terrible effect of being under, he tried to back
Disengage
out.
himself. Yeah.
And you saw what happened. So to that extent, when somebody realizes that he has made a mistake, and when somebody is trying to correct things, to try to at least not go too rapidly in the wrong way, that is the level we can sympathize with him. Because the alternative will be worse for the people of River State. Not that what he's offering is the best available, but the alternative is what Wike will get, what Wike will wreak on River State. So that is the extent to which we are bound to sympathize with him. Not
All
that
right.
he is an
Yeah,
angel
okay,
in
okay.
himself.
All right, that makes sense to me. I think I agree with you on that. So that's fine. All right, Barrister, thank you so very much. This brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for this stretched episode of JIBRIN Angle. And if you are still watching us at this point of the show, thank you for being a loyal subscriber and a viewer, our audience. And we've been actually we've had a very, very robust conversation with Barrister Austin Manta, a very senior legal practitioner. So that being said, we shall be calling it a day on this episode today, as we appreciate Barrister Austin Manta again for always being here whenever we ask for him to be here. He has never failed us. We feel honored all the time. Thank you, Barrister.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, take care of yourself and remain blessed. See you again next time. Bye.